Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Cryer, and I am the principal of Lakewood High School. Today is the 61st annual commencement exercises at Lakewood High School. I would like to thank you for attending our ceremony and extend a warm welcome to all of the families, community members, distinguished guests in attendance today, and of course, most importantly, to the graduating class of 2020. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge several people for their hard work and dedication in making sure that this commencement ceremony happened today. I would like to thank our building custodian, Mr. Rodney Clark, who set up the stage for this amazing ceremony. I would like to thank Mrs. Laura Nice, Mrs. Valerie Kiefer, Mrs. Jennifer Leistico, and Mr. Philip Sikorsky, whose efforts have been paramount in planning and putting the graduation program and this ceremony together. I would like to recognize our senior class advisors, Mrs. Valerie Kiefer and Mrs. Laura Nice. I would also like to recognize all of the employees of the Lakewood Local School District who have had a role in helping the students of the class of 2020 grow personally and academically throughout their careers. Finally, I would like to recognize Mr. Jason Lee, who is our assistant principal at Lakewood High School. Mr. Lee has been instrumental in helping to shape the culture here at Lakewood High School. It is my privilege to introduce Catherine Hunter Chittum to deliver the invocation.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for this day where we celebrated great accomplishment in our lives. We thank you for keeping us safe and giving us the strength to finish our classwork and pass our tests. We thank you for all of the teachers, staff, and school administrators who have worked so hard to help us through this journey. Most of all, thank you for our parents and families who have supported us through every stage of our journey, through victories and disappointments. Please help all in our graduating class to be filled with wisdom and courage for the days ahead. Help us to do the hard work and to make a good life for ourselves and to positively impact our families and communities. Please be with us today as we celebrate this great moment in our lives. In your holy name, amen.
At this time, I would like to introduce Deputy Mike Kreider and Deputy Joe Harvey from the Licking County Sheriff's Department and our Lancer School Resource Officers. They will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of the Lakewood Local Schools, Mrs. Mary Kay Andrews.
Thank you, Mr. Cryer. Welcome to this very special graduation of the class of 2020. I would like to begin, first of all, by acknowledging and thanking the Lakewood Local School District Board of Education, President Mrs. Tara Haldeshell, Vice President Mr. Jonathan Lynch, members Mr. Nathan Quorum, Mr. Bill Pollard, and Mrs. Brittany Meisner. Also our Treasurer, Mrs. Glenna Plaisted, and the Director of District Services, Mrs. Patty Pickering. Today is like no other. On December 31st, 2019, you may have put on those silly 2020 glasses to ring in the new year. Did any of us ever think that we would be standing in an empty gymnasium? You especially thought of spring sports, National Honor Society induction, showcasing our wonderful arts department with the musical Beauty and the Beast, prom, and all the senior year-end rituals, and of course, graduation. But here we are, and we celebrate you. I had a whole other speech written for today, but on my way to work this morning, I saw a student running in the rain. I stopped and talked to him for a minute, and that moment, seeing this graduate and thinking about this class of 2020, it's obvious your true dedication to yourself, to push through, to become and being our future. He said he was excited for today. Finding that rainbow in the middle of a pandemic, even in the rain, was very inspiring. I had a piece of parchment paper hanging in my first dorm room in college. It was titled Desiderata. It is now marked with water spots, since it was the only thing that survived a fire in my dorm building my first semester of college in 1979. It followed me to every classroom and each transition in my career. I failed many times, but I've always tried to live up to that creed. And there are a couple of lines in it that remind me of you, class of 2020. And it begins, "Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Even the dull and ignorant, they too have their story." And finally, it ends with, "Be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations, in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be careful and strive to be happy." Class of 2020, we are counting on you to carry us through, to help us become who we know we can be, loving, kind, gentle, and together as a society. To our senior parents, thank you. Thank you for trusting us with your children. These past few months have not been easy on you. Wanting to celebrate your first Lancer graduate or your youngest child who are finishing their final senior walk through the high school today. Thank you. Teachers and staff, in the middle of March, you pivoted to a completely different teaching environment, and we moved mountains together. It was no easy task, so thank you. Many wishes, seniors, will be for you to succeed in your future. You have proven through your accomplishments that you've met success. Now invent, become, and keep becoming. Congratulations, class of 2020. And now, it gives me great honor to present the valedictorian for the class of 2020, Olivia Ogg.
Dear class of 2020, coming into our final year of high school, we were excited for our last hurrah, the last chapter of our journey at Lakewood. We were ready to celebrate senior nights, sporting events, performances, and graduation, all of which we had been dreaming of for the past 4 years. We looked forward to celebrating with all of our friends, family, and faculty that had gotten us through the good days, the bad days, and every day in between. At the start of our final year, not a single one of us imagined what was to come. We never thought that we'd finish our final 3 months of high school online and over Zoom. Our path at Lakewood High School has been a bumpy ride. We have overcome the many obstacles that have been put in our path to graduation, and we were ready to celebrate with our accomplishments with our classmates one final time. Although the opportunity for us to all get together in the gym and watch our classmates walk across the stage has been taken for the safety of us all, our class and community has rallied behind us to make this uncertain time feel more certain. As a class with an unusual exit, we have a unique opportunity to reflect on who we are as a person and what is really important to us as a class. Fellow classmates, we are a class unlike any other, and the reality of life today has led many of us to reevaluate our priorities in this enduring time. We are a class that can change the community around us by spreading kindness, breaking free of traditional gender roles, and becoming more accepting of who we are individually. Many of you graduating today have gone through some personal struggles that few may know about. Some of you may have put on a brave face coming to school every day, acting as if there was nothing going on in life outside of school. The unknown of every person's home life is one reason to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Their life may look perfect from what you see at school every day, but there could be an underlying issue going on at home. For this reason, as a class, we should work to spread the kindness of those around us, as one may never know the internal struggle someone else is going through. As emerging young adults, we should work to become listeners and someone that others can rely on to have each other's backs. We are now role models for the classes to follow, and as a class, we need to spread kindness and hope to those around us. Acting okay and being okay are two completely different things, and we should strive to help those around us that are struggling. We are in an age where hate and rudeness are all around us, but it is only how one handles this hate that can show their true character, not the hate itself. As a class, we need to lead by example and show that this behavior should not be accepted and that we should surround ourselves with true friends. As a class, we should aspire to follow whatever career or life path we choose for ourselves and are excited about. In today's society, there's a stigma that certain genders can only go into certain career fields. We no longer need to adhere to the traditional gender roles. As a class, we should pursue paths that provide us the ability to support ourselves and give back to those around us. We need to strive to achieve more than we originally believed we could, as it is one of the only ways to grow as a person. As a class, we need to put ourselves out there and do the things that terrify us to show us that we are always capable of more. As a generation that grew up with social media and our lives on the internet, many of us have had feelings of self-doubt and insecurity in many aspects of our lives. We are in an age where people will do anything for views on TikTok, likes on Instagram, and retweets on Twitter. But social media isn't reality, and no one should feel insecure about who they are or what they can accomplish. We are in an age where people are afraid to truly express who they are. No one should have shame or be afraid to dress a certain way, have certain interests, or truly be themselves. Our generation should take inspiration from the past, as these feelings are a recurring theme throughout history. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt was a champion for women's rights and individuality, and she stated, "It is a brave thing to have courage to be an individual. It is also, perhaps, a lonely thing. It is better than not being an individual, which is to be nobody at all." I challenge every graduate here today to be who they truly are as they move on to the next chapter of their life. As a class, I hope we can break the boundaries of what society says is trending and pave our own way into the world. If this situation has taught us anything, it is that we need to live our lives in the present and not through the lens of our iPhone. We have learned many life lessons over our time at Lakewood, and we should carry them into the community that has supported us along this journey. Looking back on how far we come from our first day of kindergarten to now is crazy. Before we knew it, our time as a Lancer was up. We have numerous memories that we'll carry with us for the rest of our lives, from the field trips we took, to the science fair, our trip to Washington, D.C., and clapping Thursdays. Those memories can never be taken away. We are a class that has no limitations and can aspire to do many great things. Our journey to graduation might have been different and bumpy, but we did it. We are graduating. Although many of us pictured this day very differently, we show our resilience as a class. We are the class that gave up the final part of their senior year, and as we reflect on our time together, class, we should be thankful for the time that we got. One day we will be able to high-five and hug, but today we get to celebrate in a way that will keep our community safe. As we go our separate ways, we should remember the place that we called home for many years and look back on how much we learned as a Lancer. Congrats to my fellow classmates. We just did it.
It gives me great honor to present the Salutatorian for the class of 2020, Anthony Toscan.
Before I commence my speech, I would like to thank each and every person in the Lakewood administration and teaching staff that is either here today or working behind the scenes to make this possible. I know that I speak for each graduating senior when I tell you that every ounce of effort that you have given throughout this entire process has been appreciated and valued. On top of that, I would also like to thank my parents, because I would never be as driven or successful as I am today without their fantastic influence on my life. I will admit, I put a lot of effort into thinking of any kind of joke I could fit in here to break the ice, but I figured I should just lay off. I've got quite a tough crowd, as you can imagine. I'd like to start off by mentioning something that I have grown to love about Lakewood over the past few years of high school. When I was a rising junior, I had the great opportunity to attend the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Camp. While one of the keynote speakers was teaching us about communication and team building skills, he stressed on a very important phrase. He told us, "The greatest team you will ever be on is one that you're already part of." And when I first heard that, I figured, yeah, this guy knows a thing or two. My cross-country team is pretty great, but it wasn't until I was reflecting on the experience that I realized I missed the bigger picture at first glance. I began to appreciate my family and friends and everyone here in the Lakewood community that truly just wants to see each other succeed. I have never known a day in the classroom where I did not feel like there was someone that had my back or was willing to help me if I needed it. That being said, I would like to personally thank my family and everyone that plays such an important role in not only their children's lives, but the lives of every person graduating here today. We have shown that whatever the occasion, we can conquer the problem and become stronger as a team. I think it goes without saying that this is not how anyone on our team envisioned our time here at Lakewood concluding, but I would like to reflect on what we can learn from this. From my personal experience, I know that it can be a struggle to accept what has been taken from us in the past few months. I try to be an optimist at any given time, but like any normal person, I really struggled to find the bright side of things as I saw my senior year dwindle away and hide behind Zoom meetings and other online assignments. Eventually, I allowed the faith that everything happens for a reason to guide me towards the silver lining of it all. While we have lost things, and we have every right to be disappointed about that, I found solace in the fact that we are all in this together. We can all learn from this experience and come out as stronger, more resilient students and people as a whole. While we may be physically separated, I know that these trials and tribulations will draw us closer when we look back. The good in all of this is there, but we have to collectively be willing to accept and grow from what we can. Once you open your eyes to the possibility of what can be in a given situation rather than what currently is, you will see opportunity present itself in places you would never imagine. Some of the greatest character arises from dealing with the negatives that disrupt a person's life. Take this as a chip on your shoulder and utilize it to tackle any issue that tries to stand in your way. Some advice that has had a great influence on my life that I would like to share with you is, whatever you find yourself doing, enjoy the journey. We too often get driven to reach the finish line that we forget why we started to begin with. Never let an opportunity to try a new thing or grow as a person go by. At the end of the day, the beauty of life is truly just what you make of it. The only opportunity you should ever intentionally pass up is the chance that you will look back and ask what could have been. So, as I conclude my farewell to each of you that have made my 13-year journey through Lakewood an unprecedented and irreplaceable experience, I would like to ask for a promise. I want each person that is lucky enough to walk across this stage today to live vibrantly and without regrets. Attack each day with the passion of making the world a better place because you are in it. And most importantly, enjoy the journey. Thank you.
The class of 2020 has been a class of elite accomplishments. At this time, I would like to highlight these accomplishments and milestones. Many of our young people raised the bar of achievement and went above and beyond academically. I would like to recognize the 28 students who have earned their honors diplomas today. CTEC honors diplomas include Elizabeth Bowman, Clinical Care, Ellie Butler, Dental Assistant, Garcimian Carr, Clinical Care, Leah McNerney, Clinical Care, and Amber Ritchie, Clinical Care. We'd like to congratulate Garcimian Carr, who was recognized as CTEC's Student of the Year in Clinical Care. Lakewood Honors Diploma, Austin Bowman, Elizabeth Bowman, Mackenzie Brodsky, Hannah Brown, Ellie Butler, Katie Chittum, Corrigan Craddock, Chloe Davis, Rhett Driscoll, Max Hansey, Leah McNerney, Devin Mills, Olivia Novotny, Olivia Aug, Alexander Pletcher, Sierra Riley, Amber Ritchie, Noah Snydek, Anthony Toscan, Connor Veerstra, Camille Woodward, Erica Johnson, Alexa Kane, Garcimian Carr, McCrae Kester, Riley Kimball, and Nakaya Walters. We have 60 students of the class of 2020 who have earned the Presidential Award for Educational Achievement. Loyalty with this class of 2020 was as strong as ever. There are 55 students who have attended the Lakewood local schools for all 13 years of their education. The class of 2020 also demonstrated commitment to leadership. The members of the National Honor Society from the class of 2020 are Katie Chittum, Madison Lynn, Eric Johnson, Olivia Aug, Tanner Masters, Connor Veerstra, Garcimian Carr, Alexa Kane, Avery Call, Olivia Novotny, Mackenzie Brodsky, Austin Bowman, Corrigan Craddock, Madison DeGilio, and Anthony Toscan. The members of the Technical National Honor Society from the class of 2020 are Garcimian Carr and Madison Lynn. The class of 2020 were critical thinkers and took pride in challenging themselves. 123 students of the class of 2020 have completed an advanced class. These include 57 in honors classes, 49 in college credit plus classes, and 17 in advanced placement classes. 25 students from the class of 2020 received a certificate of completion from CTEC, and 67 students earned ACT Work Keys National Career Readiness Certificates. The class of 2020 has also been recognized for post-secondary achievement. 31 students of the class of 2020 received a scholarship to further their education after high school. To date, the class of 2020 has earned $353,448 in scholarship money. The class of 2020 was also known to get involved and showcase their special talents. 103 students of the class of 2020 participated in drama productions, on an athletic team, in the band, or in a club while at Lakewood High School. As we approach Memorial Day weekend, we are reminded of those who have made or are going to make the ultimate sacrifice in serving our country. Lancers are no different. 4 members of the class of 2020 have committed to serve our country in the United States military. Aaron Dugan, Avery Call, Hannah George, and Tabitha Wiest. Thank you for your commitment to serve our country. At this time, I would like to extend our thanks to those of you who have served or are currently serving in our military or as one of our nation's first responders, police, medical, and firefighters. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your service. And finally, Jacob Cotterman is the final senior I would like to recognize. He has battled mentally and physically against lymphoma this year. Please help me to congratulate him on winning that battle.
Well, seniors, this is it. This is the day you've been looking forward to. You've been through a lot in the 4 years you've attended Lakewood High School. The state has changed your graduation requirements a number of times. You've been through 4 years of state testing, class scheduling, dances, snow days, drama productions, sports conditioning, band camp, school lunches. You've faced adversity. You've been champions. And yes, you've had 4 years of signing up in Naviance. You've lost friends. You've gained friends. And you've had to deal with a pandemic that nobody saw coming. You have faced adversity that few classes have ever faced. Through it all, you have persevered, and you have thrived. I'm reminded of a quote from the movie Rocky Balboa. It's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and still move forward. Class of 2020, you have proven that you can take the big hits and you just keep moving forward. As you leave here today, I want you to remember that you will always be part of the Lancer family. Your picture will forever hang in the hallways of Lakewood High School. No one can take away from you what you have accomplished. When you started here in the fall of 2016, graduation must have seemed like it was a lifetime away, like you had the rest of your life to get there. Well, now the rest of your life is here. Go, enjoy that life, try new things, become part of society. Never stop learning. Your future is unlimited. Go and flourish. Get out there, try your best, and keep trying when you experience failure. Remember, nothing worth having was ever easy to accomplish. Success comes to those who persevere, battle through adversity, and keep their drive and determination alive to achieve their goals. But once you've gone out, learned those new skills, had those new experiences, started your careers, I hope you consider coming home. Settle down here at Lakewood. Raise your family here. Thank you, Class of 2020, for all you have done here at Lakewood High School. I wish you good luck, and always, go Lancers. At this time, I would like to introduce to you Mrs. Tara Haddishell, President of the Lakewood Local School District's Board of Education. Mrs. Haddishell, it is my pleasure to inform you that the Class of 2020 has completed all of the local and state requirements for graduation from high school. It is with great pride that I present the Class of 2020 to you.
Thank you. Graduates, I agree with Mark Twain, who believed that, quote, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones that you did, end quote. You are here today because the secondary public education chapter in your life has come to an end, but I assure you, it is only the beginning for you. May what you do next include an abundance of exploring, dreaming, and discovering. And may all that you do be done with compassion, kindness, and integrity. On behalf of the Lakewood Local School District Board of Education, it is my distinct honor and privilege to accept you seniors as Lakewood's graduating class of 2020.
Olivia Elizabeth Ogg. Anthony James Toskin. Olivia Lauren Novotny. Maxwell Paul Hansey. Caitlin Marie Amspall. Lane Edward Arnott. Lucy Ellen Arnott. Carissa Jane Bottolato. Lindsay Grace Baker. Ian Xavier Barker. Zeke Jason Beakley. Austin Lee Bowman. Elizabeth Ann Bowman. Mackenzie Catherine Brodsky. Jonathan Hunter Brogan. Hannah Joy Brown. Alexander Stephen Burke. Jess Paul Burson. Ellie Michelle Butler. Peyton Lee Carr. Caleb Wyatt Carter. Avery Brianna Call. Catherine Hunter Chittum. Preston Wayne Crispin. Dalton Allen Clark. Keenan Baron Herblick Kuhn. Jacob Ryan Cotterman. Renee Ann Coyle. Corrigan Avery Craddock. Brianna Jean Crandall Watkins. Zachary Allen Christ. Chloe Kathleen Davis. Madison Ann DeGilio. Bryce Jarrett Ditto. Tyler Michael Dobbins. Caleb Ryan Doris. Shelby Ann Douglas. Rhett Michael Driscoll. Aaron Riley Dugan. Jamie Lee Durfee. Nathan Charles Edwards. Carly Paige Elson. Cameron Bryant Fessler. Isabella Jolene Finley. Jenna Nicole Fithen. Tyler Sean Flynn. Kaylon Deshawn Ford. Savannah Lynn Falk. Hannah Nicole George. Patrick Joseph Garing. Justin Tyler Gullett. Bryden Daniel Hayes. Rebecca Ann Heater. Taylor Morgan Hitchcock. Jackson Alexander Holloway. Brianna Dawn Ironton. Cody Allen Jarvis. Eric Lucas Johnson. Aaron Lindsay Johnson. Ross Abraham Jones. Emily Rose Justice. Alexa Paige Kane. Garcimaran Carr. Morgan Lynn Kay. McCrae Alexander Kester. Riley Christine Kimball. Michael Jacob Kirk. Raleigh James Tyler Laird. Madison Ray Lynn. Tanner Allen Masters. Aiden Lee Maynard. Jacob Lee McBride. Matthew Ray McGlade. Leah Marie McNerney. Abby Marie Miller. Cody Allen Miller. Devin Alistair Mills. Kyla Marie Morrison. Spencer Allen Nauer. Kiera Rashay Nelson. Kenneth Wayne Nethers. Jade Marie Patterson. Alexander Matthew Pletcher. Tanner Jarrett Redmond. Grace Catherine Reynolds. Sierra Nicole Riley. Amber Nicole Ritchie. Timothy Connor Rosink. Stephen Rodney Chase Sampson. Tanner Ryan Sanders. Layla Marie Schmidt. Jacob Michael Sellers. Chandler Ryan Scholl. Destiny Nicole Sisler. Autumn Nicole Small. Noah Allen Snydak. Kyla J.C. Snyder. Devin Way Salary. Alan James Spicer. Brianna Louise Stratford. Elise Renee Stufflebean. Dakota Allen Thompson. Caitlin Grace Bobble. Connor Craig Veerstra. Dakaya Michelle Walters. Grayson Wardrop. Melinda Grace Waters. Rachel Elise Watts. Sarah Ann Whiteman. Piper Marie Wiest. Tabitha Lee Wiest. Camille Angelina Woodward. Michaela Marie Allen. Elizabeth Marie Balmaceda. Angel Unique Jones. Shane Lee Lloyd. Cole William Mascari. Shannon Lee McKinney. Taylor Morgan Lee Neal. Joshua Lee Wells. Please help me in welcoming the Vice President of the Class of 2020, Miss Olivia Novotny, for the turning of the tassel.
Hello, Lakewood High School, Class of 2020, families, and members of the faculty, administration, and community. My fellow classmates, each of us, having walked across the stage, have come to the end of a journey over a decade in the making. We thoroughly thank our family and friends, our teachers and coaches, and all others who have supported us in reaching this milestone. Our walk was our own, filled with hardships and accomplishments that brought us to this moment. We graduate under unusual circumstances, the current events having led us to reflect on what is important to us, what our priorities are. We are reminded that our time should not be wasted through aimless wandering, but spent in pursuit of our goals. There are also many things we missed this year, but the future holds much more. Today we seek out new paths, whether they be traveling further down the road of education or going on a quest into the workforce. May we use our knowledge to guide us in our newfound independence. Some say that high school is the best years of our lives, but we shall not believe that is true. It is our mission to live beyond our time and place here. Though we are thankful for what we have learned over the years, we look eagerly to the new experiences and relationships and endeavors on the horizon. In the words of Bilbo Baggins, I think I'm quite ready for another adventure. We turn our tassels from right to left in recognition of our completed journey and the many journeys that lie ahead. Thank you, Class of 2020, and congratulations.
At this point in time, I would like to introduce the cast of the 2020 spring musical, Beauty and the Beast. Let us join them for the singing of the Lakewood High School alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the Lakewood High School graduated class of 2020. Thank you very much for attending today's ceremony. This concludes the 61st annual commencement exercises here at Lakewood High School.